So COVID was certainly a factor in the real estate market in the low end, from like 250,000 to 750,000 for the year of 2020. But it wasn't the only factor. Things were already kind of starting to move well before March. So, hi, this is John James with the James team at RE/MAX Partners, and I'm coming to you with the first price segment market recap for the crazy real estate year that was 2020. And, I just took and compiled a bunch of these different indicators to see how things went throughout the entire year. And we'll starting with this price segment of 250,000 to 750,000. And we'll start as we always do with our main indicators, and the first one being median sales price. So median sales price started the year at 429,000 and finished it with 449,000. So that's a 5.2% increase. Pretty good. Actually, 4.5% increase. My bad. It's pretty good. It is much better than what we saw in 2019, where it only went up by about 1%. So, the high point here was in December. The low point was January, and it steadily worked its way up with a few dips here and there. But that median sales price stayed pretty steadily increasing. Looking at the number of sales, the number of sales total for 2020 was 6,443. And we'll look and see how that compares to 2019. 2019, we had 6,296. So that's an increase of 2.3% over the previous year. And the number of sales hit rock bottom in May, June, July, and then that's when we had the hockey stick growth. So COVID had its effect by kind of suppressing the market for a few months, and then it really shot up, and we started to see a lot more sales pick up. And then sales volume, the total dollar volume of what sold in this category, topped $3 billion. It was like $3 billion, $9 million, $7,939,352. And you compare that to 2019, where it was $2.85 billion. That's where you get that 5.2% increase. Sales took a nosedive right after lockdown. And then, come July, that's when they started to shoot back up again. And they went that way through the rest of the year. Now let's touch on inventory, starting with our days on market. Days on market finished the year at 20 median days on market. That's how little it took, that little time it took to sell something, by December. Compare that to July. July was the high at 40 days. And before July, it kind of hovered around 35 days for most of the beginning of the year. And then once July hit and things went gangbusters, people were snatching things up left and right not long after they came on the MLS. So for that's pretty substantial, seeing that drop. And to take a look at it, it really happened starting from July on down. Month supply, we take a look and see how long would it take to clear out the entire inventory of this segment. At the beginning of the year, it was 3.6 months, which is already a seller's market. By the end of the year, we had dropped all the way down to 2.2 months. That would mean that's all it would take to clear out everything that we had in December of 2020. So that's a big, big drop right there. Now, we just have limited inventory. If you looked at the number of active listings going on throughout the year, we had 156 active listings in January, and that continued to drop each month. So the number of active listings we had by December was 98. Not very many. And finally, we had new listings. How many listings were taken throughout the year? We had a number of 7,364 new listings taken in 2020. The high for that was March, where it was like 646. And I'm pretty sure that was in the beginning part of March, not near the end part of March. And then the low was 566 in June. That makes total sense that we saw that dip, but inventory has been making its way back, and we got all the way close. We actually exceeded where we were at the beginning of the year. By December, we took like 638 new listings, where January was only 636. So that's quite a bit in there. It's still starting to climb our way out of new listings, but they're still not making up for what we're missing. You know, there's more going out than there are coming in still. And finally, sales to list price ratio, that went from 97.8% in January to all the way up to 98.6% in December, where we had the low at 97.7% in June. So again, here is where we're looking at the value. What is a seller getting for their list price? 98.6, that's pretty close. That means a lot of places are going close to or over asking price. And that we'll see that probably continue throughout these price segments. So there we have it. It's a long one here. All these market recaps kind of are. If you have any questions, please give me a call, 970-846-0797. Email me at johnjames@jamesteamsteamboat.com. We're going to do a market recap right after each market update. So the next one's going to be that middle of the market, 750,000 to 2 million. We'll catch you next time. Take care.